Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of my not so much weekend project. Anyway, got the camper popped up, got the beds pulled most of the way out. Give you a quick tour of the inside. This dinette set actually slides out. I didn't slide it out yet, but here's the inside. There's a couch that slides out, turns into a bed right here. 2 queens, one on each end. Kitchen area there, storage area down here with a little mini fridge in it and some cabinets over there. I gotta work on those. As you can see, this thing is absolutely filthy. The owners before the guy I bought it from obviously took care of it, but the guy that I bought it from only had it a year and it kind of went to pot in a year. So I was working on the cleaning the roof, as you can see earlier in the video, and I discovered there's a little bit more water damage than I was expecting. Like up here, you can actually reach in, stick your hand inside the roof over here. I can go quite a ways back. It's only like 6 inches by about a foot, but I gotta take that down and clean it. Get rid of the bad wood, put new wood in. Sorry about stuff in front of the screen. Over there in this corner, you can see where there's actually some water damage. The wood is actually damp. So, cleaning on the outside. I'll go around and show you that. I don't know if I can reach that high. But over here, I took this trim piece off all the way down the top, and I opened this up and look at the big surprises. Actually, I guess it's not really a surprise, but that wood is pretty well rotten. It's not rotten all the way through, as you can kind of see from in here. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll try to clean it up in post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the canvas off, because the canvas, as you can see, it's pretty dirty. And to clean it and rejuvenate it and restore it the way it needs to be done, there's going to be lots of water and treatment and chemicals and whatnots involved. So I'm not going to do it on the camper. I'm going to take it all the way off. And as you can see right here, this is ripped. Not supposed to have a rip there. So I have to have that sewn. Thankfully it ripped on the stitching. The canvas actually didn't rip, so I'm hoping the canvas is still in good enough shape that I can get it sewed back together. Same on the other end, and this is the bump out or slide out, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, this piece ripped as well. And I might have to get something to extend this back out all the way like that side is. I don't know yet. Still fairly new to this type of construction. Built houses for a lot of years. This is a little bit different, but hopefully that woodworking skills building houses will allow me to fix the roof without too big of an expense. So yeah, that's a really large rip, but like I said, thankfully it's on the seam. So hopefully I can stitch that back together either by hand or with the machine. I'm probably going to do it by hand. Try to follow the same pattern that's already on there. That way you can't really tell that it was ever really repaired. And I did start taking the end of the bunk canvas off already. And I decided I probably ought to make a video so somebody else can see what we're going through. But, you know, like I said earlier in the video at the beginning, it's a $500 camper. I knew it needed some work. I figured the roof had a couple of soft spots in it, but I didn't think they were near as bad as they were, as with any project. That little bit up there, sorry about the camera shake. That little bit up there is going to turn into a very large project. And if you look from the inside, back here in this corner, you would have no idea that there's water damage there. That wood's perfectly dry and solid when you hit it. So I guess when I take it apart, we'll see truly what that side's all about, but I'm going to go ahead and get the canvas off, and I'll show you what it looks like once the canvas is all down. Okay, one thing I wanted to show you guys real quick, if you're ever taking your canvas off, this is on the driver's side rear corner. There's wiring, electrical stuff that actually goes through the canvas all the way down here. So I'm probably going to have to cut these and then wire tie them back together, solder them, and then put some heat shrink over them, because I don't want any potential for any kind of electrical fire damage. So yeah, when you're taking your canvas off, and there might be more, I'm not sure, but watch out for that. Could be detrimental to causing some pretty major damage later that you don't want to have to fix it if you don't need to. Okay guys. Okay guys, so the canvas is off now. In real time, it only took about 20-25 minutes to get it off. It all actually came off pretty easy. Once you get all the screws taken out of the top, and then everything slides out. Like I said, back here in this corner, there's this one wire that goes up. So I just cut it down far enough so that when I go to wire tie it back together, I don't know if you can see that or not, but when I go to wire tie it back together, it'll be inside the canvas and you won't even know it's there. So trying to think ahead and do one step at a time. And so this wall is where the water damage is. As you can see, the inside of the wood is pretty dry until you get back to this corner. When you get back to this corner, it's not really wet on the inside, but on the outside it's pretty ugly. I'll drop it down and show it to you here. But I'm not exactly sure if I just want to replace that whole board. Actually, if you look right there where that, I guess they technically call it a gang nail. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's a seam right there. So I might just be able to replace that back section. That would be kind of cool. I'm a little nervous because I got to take the legs off to get to that piece of wood, but I guess we'll see. So anyway, all the way around, it's really not in too bad a shape. It's still gotta work on that area right up there. So I guess we'll see. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. Well, to you, it'll be seconds. To me, it might be hours. Okay guys, back. It's been about an hour my time, about a half a second for you. But I got this corner trim piece down here, all taken off all the way down. I had to drill out the bolts that hold the legs up to lift the roof. I got two of them out on this side. Down here, I thought I'd stop before it all comes off and show you guys. I got the one drilled out. I still got one more to go. And then this outside piece of skin will fall right off. Excuse me. Now you can get a better look at how kind of damaged it is. It's not really all that bad, but it's bad enough that I kind of want to replace it. Just the outer layer of laminate on that plywood is coming off. And down here is where the majority of the issues are lying on the side panel. I haven't dug into the roof yet, but you can see where it's pretty soft, but well, I say but a lot, don't I? How about You can see it's pretty soft, but inside it's in pretty good condition. So I'm gonna get the rest of this skin off here, drill that other leg out down there, and then we'll pick you back up there. Okay guys, welcome back. Once again, been about an hour my time, second for you. Anyway, I got the rest of that trim piece pulled off. Underneath, as you can see here, that it's not no longer a trim piece along this edge here. And you can see the damage to the wood isn't really all that bad. It's actually drying out pretty good. full length. I got it all the way off. It's pretty cool because that trim piece, the skin like this that's on the side, over here on the ground, and it actually came out whole in one piece. No cracks, no breaks, no chips in it, so I'm pretty happy with that. And got the wood cleaned up, dug out as much of the hard or the weak wood as I possibly could, which, as you can tell, it really isn't that much. So the leak really wasn't here too long, or at least it was covered during the rainy seasons, so that it really didn't get all that bad. And haven't done the top on the roof yet, but as you can see, I also supported the roof and dropped it down just on some Tupperware buckets. But it works. That side's still being held by the legs. And then you can see in here as well, with the wood, all things considered, the wood really isn't that bad. I hope that shows up in the video well enough for you guys to see, and I apologize if it doesn't. And you can see all the way down, it's actually in pretty good shape. It's a little wobbly and not very true if you look straight down it, but like I said, I took that trim piece off. So once I put that trim piece back on and give it some more structure, it'll straighten up and it'll be nice and solid again. Okay guys, after doing a whole lot of research online how to restore rotted wood without having to replace, because it really isn't that bad, found a lot of reviews and a lot of things people were using, and it ended up being this stuff here. So this stuff, let's see if I can get a better view of it. Does that help? It's a Minwax high performance wood hardener. Penetrates into the wood, reinforces soft woods, and then supposedly once it dries like a rock. So we're gonna put that on and see how well it works. And if it works, I'll go online and give it a good review. If it doesn't work, well, I'm going to go online and give it a bad review. But out of about 100 reviews I read on it, not one of them said that it didn't work. So we're gonna put that on there and try it. And it takes a couple of coats, they said. If it's super soft wood, you put a coat on in quick succession. Within about 2 minutes, you put another coat on, and then 2 minutes later, you put another coat on until you feel that it's adequate enough, and then it's supposed to create kind of a shiny surface once the wood stops absorbing. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see. I'll let you guys know how it comes out, and I'll show you on the video.